so sick of TikTok
Why?
theme songs
But like, why though?
because they're everywhere.
But that's like the formula now for music. Is like, hey, let's make a track that's for sure gonna pop on TikTok, so that we can make money.
I don't know, man.
What do you mean?
I'm not an artist. I don't know.
I mean, it's kind of common though. Like, you should know this. It's how somebody makes their money.
Our listeners
As an artist.
or our watchers on YouTube should notice that we're actually reclined today.
This might actually beat the other laid back episode. This one's even more laid back.
The even more laid back episode.
The even more laid.
We're definitely not going to call this that.
Yeah, no. Watch us call it that for sure.
Part 2.
Watch us.
Part 2.
Part 2, baby. But yeah, man, what's going on? How you been? Chilling.
Good. I've got I guess it's allergy season.
Yeah.
Even though I never have allergies, so I might just have like a little cold.
Man, dude. Are you around pets?
Sometimes. Why?
Do you notice like any flare up around it? No. Just random days, or
The only reason why I say allergies is because the past like 2 or 3 days I feel like I've been having this constant need to sneeze.
Huh.
And when I do sneeze, it's the most satisfying thing in the world.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. You my doctor?
know.
You gonna give
No.
me a prescription?
No, I just like to know because like then you can relate yourself to someone, but then you're like, huh, that's something I've never experienced in this case. So I don't know. Just kind of interesting to hear about. Nothing more.
Nothing more, nothing less.
Nothing less. Yeah.
What's up with you?
Nothing. Just reclined, chilling, trying to kick back.
Keep going back and
Do a
forth like
bunch of-
that.
yeah. Ain't too bad. But life is good, dude. I've received a question actually over the weekend.
Really?
It's pretty interesting. And what's cool about it is that it's from an outside perspective. So it's someone that hasn't been to the Americas and has like studied everything about us and studied everything, but from the perspective of someone that lives in Europe, right?
Okay.
So, health regulations and things in Europe are completely different than they are here. And he asked the question, he's like, why is it in America? Like I realized on Twitter, for example, everything you guys talk about is you got to supplement this, you got to do this, supplement, vitamins, this, that. It's all pill form. What's going on with you guys' food? And I'm like, honestly, dude, you have a point. Why are we supplementing so damn much when because his point of view was like, how organic can something be? Just eat the source.
What does he mean by that? Just eat
So,
the source.
like, for example, you're gonna look for a supplement.
Okay.
You look at a bunch of supplements, you have different companies, right? Some of them are like outward say exactly what's in it. Some people don't. So then it's like,
Oh,
what's
so you
in this?
so you mean
so then they slap like an organic label on it.
yeah.
And they're like, okay, well, why are we chasing organic supplementation when we can just have like actual organic food?
So he's thinking along the
know?
lines of like, okay, if I need zinc,
He's like, what's your guys' like lifestyle like if that's the case? If you guys need to supplement, that makes no sense to me.
yeah.
And see, from my perspective, it's kind of like, well, you just have to understand. Like I felt this before, but if I've lived somewhere else on this earth, it's always completely different. Like my body just feels different depending on what I feed myself because quality differs from place to place. It's been like that forever. It could be an olive tree, it could be gold, it could be anything. Like just kind of like,
Yeah, go to the source.
go to like quality just differs from location to location.
But here's the thing with that. Not only does the United States spray an ungodly amount of pesticides and whatever else onto their crops, most of the world does it too. In fact, a lot of the third world countries, because we're not able to create as much food as we want to in this country due to ineffective agricultural methods, we go to third world countries where a lot of the shit that we banned here in terms of like actual chemicals, they still use and they just send it over to us. So what I'm saying is, like, I get the idea behind it. There are some places that don't use chemicals at all, but most places actually do.
Yeah.
So in that case, you do have to go for an organic certification.
Yeah. I have a feeling or a fear that, their vision or their outlook or how we appear to them is kind of lazy, Like
Sure.
they run to that. They absolutely would. Just because, your higher power or whatever, your government, provides you with great regulations on foods and,
Where is this person from?
importations. They're from Germany.
Fucking Germans, bro.
I don't know, man, but you like it's I think it's fascinating because it's a reminder that the way you think here is absolutely not the way they think.
Of course.
So you got to remember that I think that's truly what being open-minded is about. You get me?
Yeah.
It's cracking that code to be kind of a human of this earth, not the human of the United States.
We're just in the American bubble,
Yeah.
but we have yet to step into like the Indonesian bubble, the Chinese bubble,
Mhm.
even though a lot of people hate the
And it
Chinese.
can be generic, it doesn't matter. But
We love Chinese people, by the way, just not their government.
yeah.
There's a big fucking difference for all you tards out there.
Just to be clear, I didn't say anything. I'm just realizing what you said. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah, just this idea of being open-minded, dude, it has a false definition, I think.
Mm.
Um,
What do you mean false definition though?
or it just can be defined differently by different cultures, I guess, or different, you know,
Well, I think
different
it's pretty
nations.
basic, like the definition. It's just being able to try to understand somebody else's position.
I
Like
guess.
ties into empathy a little bit, but
I don't know. I don't know. I just think it's kind of like whatever, I
Saeed's in
guess.
deep thought right now.
Yeah, I am in deep thought, but I don't know, dude. I guess you're right. Yeah, empathy does play.
But not just people, but like also things. So it's
Mhm.
just open mindedness in general. Be open to new ideas, ways of experimentation, ways of living, other people, that
Yeah,
stuff. It's
yeah.
not too complex.
But then that ties into like being uncomfortable, and many of us don't like doing that. You know. So, do you see how like this is a cycle that it's a deathly cycle? It's a deadly cycle. So what do you think is the most important thing in life?
That's a
Is to
big fucking question,
yeah,
dude.
that's a huge
Why are you
question.
asking me? It's 1:45. You're asking me this question right now?
dude, dude.
What's the
All
most
right.
important thing in life?
You know what I think it is?
What?
Waking up. No, I'm kidding. No, not waking up.
Let's try to answer this though.
No, being proactive. Like the intention. Okay, hold on. Let me say this way. The intention of always willing to be proactive.
I disagree. I don't
What?
think that's the most important thing in
What's
life.
the most important to eat?
No,
Because you will die,
no, I think
motherfucker.
energy is the most important thing. Because sure, you could have the intention to be proactive, but if you can't get out of bed, what does that matter?
Yeah. No, dude. Come on, man. Bro, because intention is inner energy. Okay?
What are you talking about?
Bro, like when you intend, that requires some sort of energy.
Okay, I actually agree. But I'm talking about somebody who can't get out of bed because they are like
Oh my-
extreme lethargy.
Okay. Then you know what? Your day will come.
Your day will
You
come.
need to rest.
Yeah, bro.
That's what's happening.
Your day will come. Have hope.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, but no.
That was funny.
Yeah, but no. Yeah, that was pretty funny, to be honest. But yeah, interesting question, right?
Yeah.
It's like, what is the most important thing in life?
I have a little bit of distrust in that person just because they're German, but
Just because.
considering our history.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Anyway, yeah, so open-mindedness is kind of I would say defined differently by everyone around the world.
Sure.
Different nationalities, different cultures, all that. But back to what I said, you know, basically, I think open-mindedness is good.
Mm.
Is good in general.
Here's the question: are you emotionally mature enough to be open-minded to the current gas prices right now?
Yeah,
Because I know this is something you definitely mentioned last time. You wanted to talk about it on this episode.
exactly. Because here's how it is, right? It's like gas prices are almost $7. Um, all right. So when I drive, driving's more kind of a breeze now. You get what I mean? It's either people going to work because they forcibly, have
Hmm.
to drive, or it's just a bunch of people chilling, people that have money.
I don't feel that way. I I don't care
Like,
how high gas
dude,
prices get in Southern California.
bro,
People are still driving.
I've been trying. For example, I've been trying to, go out to eat for the past 3 years, ever since COVID, whatever.
Yeah.
And every time you go, you're like, let me get a table. All right. 45 to an hour wait. You end up waiting like an hour and 15, hour 30, usually.
Hmm.
This was the only time, like, this day broke that. It was the day of the gas prices.
Really?
I went to go eat and I was like, yeah, can I get a table? They're like, right this way. And I'm like, what?
Gave me a table in less
So
than 5
I
seconds.
already felt good about driving to begin with. And now I'm getting seated without waiting. That hasn't happened in years.
So what you're telling me is that you're able to navigate around the peasants way quicker than before. Is that
No,
what you're
no,
saying?
no. It's kind of like if you're gonna complain about it, then don't drive. Like, and they're
Yeah,
and they're doing that.
sure.
It's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
But of course,
But to
yeah.
begin with, I just work a lot anyway, so I'm not really driving around. So when I do, it's kind of like
Mhm.
it's not really I'm not a commuter, so it's not
Yeah.
affecting me. I just decide where to drive.
Here's my little rant on the current gas price situation, okay?
Mm,
I don't care about embargoes, I don't care about supply and demand, I don't care where the gas is coming from.
mhm,
Sure, I can make an argument that we should have our own domestic supply of gas or at least make it more readily available for people in this country.
mhm,
But I have a huge problem with people who want to bitch about the gas prices
mhm.
instead of learning how to make more money because they have a brain. This is 2022. You have the internet at your disposal.
Yeah.
You're telling me you can't make a little bit more money to cover the cost of gas prices or a lot more money?
Yeah. Dude, I've thought about this a ton. And honestly, I have to just like relax and say that just because you are built a certain way doesn't mean they are built a certain way.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter. And it took me forever to
I
understand
was
that.
not born like this.
You were
No, I was not.
in a sense you were. It's because it's little habits that give off the hint as a child that you're going to be a certain way.
Has nothing to
There's
do
no
with my
way.
ability to make money. It's just the fact that I was willing to learn something new,
Yeah.
put myself in a good position,
Yeah. But
think long term.
but I'm going to say this again. All right, we all have a tool set. All right, a tool belt.
Mhm.
Put it on the bench. What do you have? I have money. You have time.
Sure.
Someone else doesn't have time, but they have money.
Or something
You get what I
else.
mean? Or something else. Right. Some people have um investments, but they don't have income. So they do have cash, but it's kind of like it's all over,
Yeah.
right? So someone that doesn't have time, which is a lot of people in this country, that's not going to make sense. How are you going to learn something? How are you going to do that? How are we going to invest? How are we going to They're going to be it's much harder in I think the forefront than it is than when we say it. And I used to say the same crap.
I empathize with people. I absolutely empathize with
Yeah,
people. But here's the thing.
but there is I sense that there are excuses.
If you have you ever prioritized something in your life,
Mhm.
made it so goddamn important in your mind and
Mhm.
in your overall experience
Yeah.
that you've never made progress within that area after you
Well,
chose to prioritize it.
well, of course, because it becomes your only focus, and it's kind of like it becomes like an emotional attachment
And
to you.
every single time without fail it works.
Yeah, it does.
So my point is not that, listen, I understand some people don't have time, some people don't have energy, some people don't have money. But at the end of the day, you have to make a decision and prioritize a certain aspect of your
Mhm.
life. And if you're not willing to do that, then it's just an excuse.
Yeah. But have you thought about this? Maybe a lot of us have trouble envisioning like how we want to live. So therefore, we just stay in our comfort zone.
Of course, that's your issue though.
Yeah. Well, I think the whole point of that is for people that are going to complain and not do anything about it.
Precisely, yeah.
Yeah. Because like I'm not going to bother someone that's being quiet. You know what I mean?
Sure. No,
You're going to
that's my
complain.
point.
Yeah. I mean, I can't say I disagree, honestly. I see it as more of like excuses, and you can manifest a lot of things based on your attitude
Yeah.
and the attitude not with people but with yourself too. Yeah, pretty
Because
much.
if you look at it, the actual bitching about
Hmm.
the gas price does not move you forward towards the goal of earning more or whatever it is.
Yeah,
It sends you back
yeah. So
because
what's
you're wasting
happening?
time and energy on it.
Yeah, that's what's happening with inflation, dude. It's basically like, okay, so you know how people say, "Oh man, Carl's Jr.'s big hamburger used to be $1. It used to be 99 cents.
Yeah.
Why is it 2.29 now?" Well, think about it. It's still a value menu item technically,
Mhm.
but it's no longer a dollar. It's almost $3. Okay.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? It means the new dollar is just $3. So the new standard or minimum bar of what a dollar is just went up.
You get less value for
You
your
get
money.
less value.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it sucks, but it is what it is. So as that bar moves, your standard bar needs to move too.
Exactly.
That's
Yes.
exactly what it is. Like it's not nothing's stopping. So I get your point. It's not more like, "Yo, dude, you guys are lazy sacks of crap." It's kind of like
Oh,
if you complain about something, it has a solution. So find it.
surely some people are
Yeah.
like that, but most people
Yeah.
actually want to improve. They just don't know how, or
No, I feel you.
they can't get started. They don't feel
Yeah.
like they can get started.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people you can listen to. You can listen to us. You can listen to Joe Rogan podcast. You can listen to pretty much, dude, Tim Ferriss. You can listen to Paul Check. You can listen
Yeah.
anyone, any type of vibe, anything. They usually have a lot of successful people that hop on and do all the crap. But yeah, that's pretty much it, dude.
It's a 2 a.m. podcast discussion on gas prices.
Ugh. Yeah.
Ugh.
Spill me another one, right?
You have
Anyway,
anything else? What else we got?
I just want to remind everyone to have a fresh bowl of Materwelon. So don't forget about
Materwelon, bro.
the Materwelon is the red exterior and the green interior. If I find an image, I will post it up here.
Just reverse a watermelon, okay?
Yeah.
And that's basically a Materwelon.
Yep. But anyway, guys, after your Materwelon, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at the 2 a.m. podcast.
Oh.
You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all major streaming platforms. Tell your family and friends, and we will catch you next time. Peace.